Hello there everybody, and welcome back once again to Space Engineers. My man is embracing the universe. Look at this. He is in love with the stars. Oh my god. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back. Yes. It is time for more suit-only survival. My goodness, look at the lens flares. We finally found the culprit. It is the Eli Dang's Hollow HUD mod. That is the primary cause of the lens flares. We got it, boys. It took us 3 episodes and 650 comments, but we figured it out. Okay, headed in here, you'll have to agree that there is no place like home. However, this particular home could use a bit more love. In between episodes, as Magic will now show you via time-lapse. I did a little bit of work on the base. We hollowed out the areas above us, and we made the paint job a little bit more consistent. There's still a lot to do, but I think it's starting to look a little bit more like home. The next major point of contention was this bad boy over here, specifically what to call it. Everyone agrees this is the coolest thing we've ever made, and anyone who doesn't is wrong. I don't make up the rules. I mean, I do, but well, you're just gonna have to agree that this is the coolest thing I've ever made, okay? I love it. I'm in love with the Coco. This is the Coco, but this is not gonna be named the Coco. No. This is going to be named the Lucy. The L-U-C-Y. The largely unemployed cargo yeeter. There were many great name suggestions, and honestly, for the first time, I was genuinely dumbfounded about what to call this thing, but largely unemployed cargo yeeter just seemed to really fit the bill. We do yeet a lot of cargo with this bad boy, the Lucy. Okay, so Lucy here is, and also, I mean, it's a great name for a ship, isn't it? We can talk about her directly. Lucy and I are going to have to undergo a few relationship modifications today because we need to expand this thing. Space engineers, please, I'm in the middle of something. We need to add a large hydrogen tank to the back of this ship, as well as some more thrusters to make sure that we don't go, well, kersplat, like we did last time. And then I'd also like to increase the cargo capacity. I think another one of these modular containers on front, just to kind of balance out the size, is going to look super duper cool. Okay, goals after that are going to be, vaguely, to build out our little industrial space. We've got some more room in here. I'd also like to build some large drills on the ceiling and push them through the floor so that we can grab a whole bunch, a whole bunch of stone on the way down, but also gain access to the exterior of this asteroid so that we can begin to build it into its final form, which will be, yes, you are not wrong. It is not the Encounter Safe House Station. No, this shall be known as the banana stand. There's always ore in the banana stand. By the way, if you have an asteroid base, and I'm being sincere about this, you should never ever, under any circumstances, click this button. It will blow up everything, because all the stuff inside voxels are going to suddenly no longer want to be there. At least that's how it used to work. It may have been fixed, but I'll be honest with you, I doubt it. Okay, but enough jibba jabba. Let's get to work, people. We got a lot to do, And I need to get the time-lapse camera out of Blair Witch mode and into observation so that we can give Lucy here the makeover she so desperately needs. I mean, not needs, that's rude. Deserves. Yeah, deserves, that's the word.
Yeah. Energy's here, you're not ready for the wham. Energy's war, I've never been glam. Energy sure like bars will land, like a missile straight to the plan. Energy's more than everything, man. Energy's mad, don't mess with the ram. Certain things in life gotta overstand. That's disappointing, don't do this, man. With your energy, yeah, can't do this, man. Energy's here like a sizzling pan. 4 meetings already is urgent, fam. If the energy's right, we can do this, man. If the energy's right, we can do this, man. If the energy's right, we can do this.
Lucy's getting away from me here, boys. We gotta go get some ice, and get her fueled up, because she is en route away from home, let me tell you. We have up, we have left, right, we have no forward, no back. We have forward, we have no back. Okay, I'm panicking. We just need a little one here, and a little one here. Okay, turn all the thrusters on. Alright, and we've zeroed out our speed. And this thing starting to look pretty mean, man. It started to look pretty mean. How are we for block count? We're at 41. We've actually reduced the total number of blocks on here, which is great. So we've still got, we're not even at 40%. So we got a lot of greebling we can do here. Okay, let's just bring her back to port.
2 bars, flows too fast, 2 constellation and stars, 2 laughs, 2 hearts, out of this world, straight off the Mars. Said 2 bars, flows too fast, 2 constellation and stars, 2 laughs, 2 hearts, out of this world and straight off the Mars. When the energy's right, I follow the path. Gotta know yourself, there's no one to ask, no one to turn to, take off your mask. Don't worry, there's no test to pass, just live, stop taking, just learn to give, stop blaming them and learn to forgive. I'll carry on doing my thing, till we turn into a myth.
Okay, there we go. We've actually done it. Look at this lad. Unfortunately, slightly shadowed by the sun at the moment. As you know, the sun does orbit the Earth. This is a established fact as of Copernicus's time. But here we go. We've gone ahead and made ourselves a goofy little thing. It is huge. Certainly, Lucy's looking a little thicker, that's for sure. Now, she's also got exactly 100 blocks, 100 non-armor blocks. There was a comment that made the suggestion that we should have armor blocks not count towards the total. I think they should count towards the total. I think that just kind of adds like a huge amount of challenge to defending like attack ships, and so we'll have to make like sacrificial drones, making compromises to armor versus payload. I think that's a great idea to keep the block limit that we established at 100 for all blocks, and then if we want to get more, we got to go fight some pirates. Simple as. So this is not going to be a pirate fighting ship though, no chance whatsoever, but it is a ship that I now need to deal with that. So, as you can see, we've got these cool hinges on the sides, but they are all at weird, odd angles right now, and they're sort of some ghost forces coming into play here. And now the best way to deal with this is to honestly, straight up, just you cut them off and you put them back on.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And then what we need to do is set the hinges to the correct positions and then lock them. I was thinking about using the Vector Thrust OS script. And we do have a programmable block on this ship. The idea behind it being that, well, with vector thrust, you can we could use these thrusters to do both the up and down thrust, so we wouldn't have to build thrusters for both. But, you know, at the same time, I think it's kind of cool to maybe, we'll find a way to wombo combo them. I don't know if they're kind of just there to look cool more than anything else. Because the plan here, okay, check this out. The plan here is, first I gotta go and destroy the one on this side that's giving me grief. There's 2 now. Okay, yeah, I can see we're gonna have some trouble with these. You know what? Hinges and I, if you watch the Rover Quest series, you'll know just exactly how far the madness runs when it comes to these blocks, but you know what? A girl's gotta do what she's gotta do. Something's clanging. Just lodged over here. Yeah, something is very broken. Something is very broken with the game engine. Yeah, that's... Well, that's not quite right, is it? Okay, straight up, the best thing we can do here is using build vision, which is a control, and then you move the scroll wheel. We need to go ahead and set these things angles. So I think we should move far away from the asteroid in case this thing glitches out and blows itself up. Maybe even a little bit further. We do have a beacon on it now, so if it gets lost, we can find it easily. In fact, let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do is, yep, ore range is at 200. I've got the better ore detectors mod installed, and the beacon range 20,000, 200,000 meters. It pulls 20 kilowatts. Where's that battery? How long are you going to last at this rate? 4 hours? You know what? I'll risk it. I'll risk it for right now. Now, we are going to attract reavers. Reavers hone in on antenna. That's why I've been keeping mine off. So this is a bit of a dangerous play, but it's one that I think we need to do. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, you're currently at 15 degrees and you're angling down. Good. I want the back ones to angle down. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the lower limit way higher. We're going to make the lower limit, let's make it 0 for now. And as you can see, that velocity right there, that's the problem. If we lock the hinge, it should help deal with the ghost forces. It doesn't do much, but you never know. All right, and I want to bring you down to like a comfortable, let's say, let's get you down to like 60. And then we're just gonna, no, don't die. We're just gonna play with the variables here to see what a cool angle would look like. So if we had all of those pointing downward that way and the other ones pointing up, so like 60, 30, let's set them and see.
A few minutes later.
Oh, whoa, no. Okay, you know what? As cool as the hinges are, I think we're ditching the idea. I was going to have flame spouts coming out the side. It was going to be a whole cool reveal, but Space Engineers just does not behave well with that kind of thing. So I think we're going to ditch them for now, and I will take suggestions in the comments about how to do that without ripping the ship apart. Yeah, I feel like we lost a piece in the middle there as well. Okay, well, so much for that. It was kind of cheating anyway. I don't know if you noticed, but we did have more blocks than the 100 count. It's because the things on subgrids don't count towards the actual block itself. So yeah, a little bit of cheese there on my part. But no worries that we are still, I hope, we're at 86 blocks. Oh, because we lost the hinges. Right. There were 14 of them, I think. We had 6 and 20. There were 20. So we had 106 blocks somehow. But only 100 counted. I don't know. Make it make sense. Anyway, I don't need to. We're going to have to reorganize parts of the ship. We don't need these side thrusters anymore, which does free up a ton more blocks for us, which is really cool. We can probably do something with the top, because right now we have... now, honestly, probably just have, like, rays of... probably just have some rays of, like, lower down thrusters, like facing this way kind of thing. Okay, we're up to 93 blocks after those changes, and I can think of a couple little locations right over here that could use some love. So that'll put us on 95, and then I'd want to turn 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to finishing it off. Oh, we're so close. Okay, we need a temporary change. What if you just go down? Just do that for now. Okay, so we are missing a few engines up top. That's totally fine. This thing can basically fly upside down at this point. But let's take it back into base to land. And look at that. The Lucy, the largely unemployed cargo yeeter, is stronger than ever. It's going to definitely need to make a pit stop on the moon to do a bit of mining, though. What are we at for... blocks? 98. We could even slap a temporary drill on this thing. It can refuel itself, and then we can just keep the drill supplies on the ship. It's genius. Don't blow anything up, thank you. Okay, let's empty it out, and then we'll take it down to the moon for a little bit of ice mining. Now, many people did point out that when I went through the colonoscopy asteroid, which I did not mark down, we did actually see ice flash on the screen. So I'm pretty scared about taking this thing into a gravity well. We do, of course, get significantly worse returns by going down into gravity than if we were to just sort of stay up here. I've got a lot of O2. I've got a lot of O2 in my tanks. I've got a lot of O2 in my suit. We've got time. We've got a lot of ice as well. I did make a paint gun, by the way. One of the mods we've got installed just to make things easier. What I'm going to do to make my life even easier this time is I'm going to make some binoculars. I think it's definitely going to be useful. They're an incredibly cool mod that makes it much easier to scout stuff out and see what's going on around you. What do we have for block count here? 214. Okay, good thing it doesn't count for the main base, at least not with our little playthrough. Give me... Oh, wait, no, I got to go here, and then Space Engineers, Keen Software House, if you're watching. I know you're probably not, but man... Forget Space Engineers 2. Please, for the love of Christ, just fix this UI. It's so unintuitive for new players. I mean, I'm not new players. I've got like 800 hours in this game, but it's just, man, I feel so bad for the people coming into this in 2025, and then this is what they get. Why can I not take items from this inventory into my suit inventory? Why isn't there a tab over here to do it? You could have them right there. You could have little, you could have blueprints. You could have player inventory, and I could just drag it in. There's no reason you couldn't have that. Anyway, I'm completely fine and I have no concerns whatsoever. Binoculars. There we go. Okay, we got there eventually. And now we can zoom. Hey, look. It's your mama's number. I was calling her last night. Alright, I guess what we're gonna do... the point of that rant, by the way, about having enough oxygen and hydrogen is that I can take some of the ice from here. Probably. I think we'll leave 1,000 behind. I think we gotta be certain that we can make it back home, right? And then we gotta do a little bit of repair. I did accidentally blow the ship up a little bit. Little Freudian penis for you there. What's our hydrogen supply looking like? Where's that big old tank? I do want to add smaller tanks on again when we have the chance. We got 98 blocks remaining. Oh, let's put the drill on here. Drill? There we go, and we'll go do a quick ice run. Where can this thing fit? As long as it, I'd probably put it underneath next to that thruster. Okay, we'll probably pull that thruster off and put the drill in there. I'll get 2 of them, because the ice will at least be on the surface. But maybe we should go for the asteroid. How the hell did you end up in here? Souvenir. It can stay there. Okay, Lucy's official second maiden voyage. I don't think that's how that works, but it's what we're going for, okay? Where are the O2 H2 gens? They are working. Let's share the load between the two of you. Here we go. Get maximum hydrogen. And then get maximum on our gosh darn way, guys. This thing is just... it's huge. I love it. I love the size of it. Look at it. It even kicks the camera up a little bit when it fires. Okay, did the one time. It was very cool. I'm very happy with it. Now, I don't love the way the thrusters are arranged. I think we can do that a lot better. The design I have here was designed around having those hydrogen thrusters kind of work like a lever. But the hinges just kept colliding with one another, so that's not going to work. Okay, so that's off the ball, which means we do have a projector and a programmable block on here with nothing for them to do. So what we can do here... Hold on, if I put my HUD back on... yes, we are on the way. What I can do now is I can go here and I can go, I want to say Control B to blueprint. There we go. There's our Lucy. All right, and that's just going to be our temporary Lucy blueprint. It's not the final form. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to go Control Panel. We're going to go to Projector. I will put this on the workshop once it's ready. It is not yet ready, so we're not doing that just yet. Okay, there we go. And look at that. Our projector has it in the correct orientation for the first time in my life. I've actually managed to nail it. Oh my god. Okay, projector 3. Let's just try and get this to forward, offset, put it back. It should go right there. And then we should just go, no horizontal. We should just go down a couple blocks. Right there. And there we go. We've got the overlay. You see that? So now what you do is, here we go. You hide remaining blocks. Perfect. And now if something gets damaged, the projector will show where it should be. It just makes repairing so much easier. You do have to constantly update the blueprint, but I don't know. I think it's a pretty nice little thing to have. We're probably not going to be changing this ship very much for a while. We only got 2 extra blocks to work with, and we need to go kill some pirates so that we can make some more. Maybe we'll take a contract to do that. Double whammy. Also, let's just clean up the GPS situation here. It's a little ridiculous. Alright, put me down in one of these larger craters. and we'll just settle. I'm gonna let the planetary gravity move me downwards though. Let's save as much hydrogen as possible. Okay, coming in for a soft little touchdown. Oh, absolutely flawless. Look at that. No mistakes whatsoever. 2% hydrogen, plenty to spare. Lovely. Okay, we made it, lads. We made it. Now, let's do a little bit of hand mining just to get the ore in there. And then we'll do a little bit of ship mining to really ramp up production. I just want to make sure we don't accidentally plonk into the ground. Okay, so just a little crater as a treat. And then we get into the real stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Now, since we're about halfway through the episode, it's probably worth also pointing out that I heard a lot of comments, a lot of chatter down in the comment section of the previous episode telling me that I was wrong about how the what's it called? The basic refinery and the survival kit interact with stone. Apparently, the survival kit is actually better. So I don't know about all that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip open a test world right now while I'm doing this, and we're gonna test that out. We're gonna put them against each other and see who was right. Hello. In the previous episode, I made the rather bold claim that the survival kit was a less efficient stone processor than the basic refinery. Many of you disagreed with this. Let's test it. Over here, we have our stone processing testing setup. In fact, we're going to test all the ores across the 4 refineries available in Space Engineers. On the left-hand side, we have the survival kit over here, painted in glorious red. On the right of it, we have the basic refinery. Next up in the line is the normal refinery, the larger version, and then finally the industrial refinery. This should just be a cosmetic change, but to be certain, we're going to test all 4 variants. Each machine has been loaded with 100 stone for this initial test. We will also be testing all the other ores through each one. In order to get the survival kit to produce ore, you do have to go into the production tab, select ingots, and then queue up a bunch of it. I would recommend using Control-Shift left-click to just queue up a couple thousand so that it processes stone whenever you have it. Alright, our survival kit is loaded up with 100 stone. Let's go ahead and turn it on. The survival kit will now grab the stone and process it. And if we have a look in here, it has turned 100 kilograms of stone into 1.4 kilograms of gravel, 3 kilograms of iron, 0.24 kilograms of nickel, and 0.4 kilograms of silicon. Let's test the basic refinery next. The basic refinery has produced 0.98 kilograms of gravel, 2.1 kilograms of iron, 0.17 kilograms of nickel, and 0.28 silicon wafers. And ding ding ding, the comment section was correct. The basic refinery is a worse processor of stone than the survival kit. It's a little bit faster, but it is not more efficient. Score 1 for the comment section. Since we're here, let's go ahead and test the other 2. The large refineries do not have modules installed. Turning on the large refinery, we see that it has produced the same as the survival kit. 1.4 kilograms of gravel, 3 kilograms of iron, 2.24 kilograms of nickel, and 0.4 kilograms of silicon. Exactly the same as the survival kit. And finally, the industrial one. Let's see what it's produced. Lo and behold, exactly the same as its unmodded counterpart. Alright, let's go ahead and purge this system. As you can see, our lovely connector is just going to throw everything off the edge. For our next test, we are going to be checking all of the other ores available to these refineries to process. We have 100 kilograms of each type of ore available to the game: silver, platinum, silicon, nickel, magnesium, gold, cobalt, and iron. 100 kilograms of each ore in each of the refineries. Let's see which of them can process it the fastest, or at all. Our refineries are chugging along happily, and silly me, I forgot about uranium ore. Whoops, the uranium fever has gone and got me down once again. Let's go ahead and add this to all of the pools and allow it to process up, and then we can have a look at our results. Despite its absolute best efforts, the survival kit was not able to process any of the ores other than stone. So survival kit, unfortunately for you, you get a 1 out of 10 on the refinery scale. Next up is our basic refinery. It is able to process silicon, magnesium, iron, cobalt, and nickel. It cannot process the silver, platinum, gold, or uranium ore that we placed in there. The basic refinery was able to process silicon and iron at 49% efficiency, nickel at 28% efficiency, cobalt at 21%, and magnesium at 0.49%. Basic refinery, you did your best. You get a 5 out of 10 on the refinery scale. Next up is our main refinery, the big old version of the basic one. It is able to process all of the elements, which is really useful. It is able to process silicon and iron at 70% efficiency, nickel at 40%, cobalt at 30%, silver at 10%, uranium and gold at just 1%, magnesium at 0.7%, and platinum at 0.5%. And last up, the industrial version, and you'll see that the ratios are exactly the same. The change really is just cosmetic. If you'd like to see us test the refineries a little bit further, specifically looking at the large refineries using different yield module, speed module, and what's the other one? Power module. If you'd like us to do more thorough tests on these refineries, specifically the larger ones, to check refining times, especially if they've got modules in different configurations, whether they be power, speed, or yield, let us know down in the comments and we'll do these tests again. Thanks again for watching, and back to the episode. And man, I hate to say it, but comment section was correct. You guys got me. You got me. Fine. Okay, the survival kit is the better stone processor, but it's slower. Probably. I didn't actually check the times. That's something for another test, maybe. But it is definitely more efficient at processing stone than the basic refinery is. Of course, it's more limited. It can only do stone. But you know what? You know what? That wasn't the point of contention. You got me. That's +1 for the comments. You guys definitely. Yeah. I should have listened. I'll learn one day. One day I'll learn. Probably not today. Definitely not today. Don't get your hopes up. Okay, now. We got enough juice in here, I hope, to turn the dampeners on. We had 7%. That should be good. Because basically, we need to hover for long enough for me to build these drills. And that's a little bit of a tall order, let me tell you. Mostly because hovering is going to require us to cut off 2 of our downward thrusters so we can build said drills, which is a little scary. As this ship gets heavier, this is going to get less and less reliable. And I think we're going to have to cut that one as well. There we go. And put these on. Right-click. Right-click, deposit, pick up. Okay, now you know me, you know Largely Unemployed, your boy. He's not much of a drill rapper, so instead we're just gonna do some drill-ing. There we go. Let's go ahead and do a little mining. And this thing, it looks a little bit like a fish right now. I know we have an incredibly high density of nautical themed names on this channel for space engineers. I mean, they are ships, right? I guess. What fish does this look like? Why am I, as soon as we added the little things popping down the bottom, all my brain could think was fish. What is, either something's very wrong with me or this looks like a fish. Which one is it, chat? Be honest, okay? Maybe pull some punches, though. Lucy, Lucy, please, I'm gonna need you to work with me here. I need you to just dig in a straight line, okay? This is the trenching tool. You're not doing a very good job of it. The Death Corps of Krieg will hear of this. I gotta stop it with the Warhammer 40k references. This is stolen valor. I've never played the tabletop game. I mean, I've probably spent, I don't know, 300 plus hours of my 20s listening to lore videos on YouTube. Shout out One Mind Syndicate for reading the wiki page. But I don't know. I know a little bit about Warhammer, but I've never played the tabletop ever. I played Dawn of War. I played all 3 of the Dawn of Wars. I liked it. I have not played Space Marine, and I have not played any of the tabletop versions of the game. And also, we're very heavy, so me and Lucy need to take a little departure here and get back up to orbit. Look, say what you will about the drills. I think they kind of add to the vibe. I mean, I am going to have to cut them off. This is not what this is, a cargo ship. We're not here for that. The goal for today, by the way, for those of you wondering, is not to continue with this, but is instead we got 27,000 O2. No, that's not what this is called. We got 27,000 ice. 27,000 O2 in waiting is what we have. Okay, there we go. We use the gravity to brake a little bit, quite literally geo-braking, and then we're going to head towards the asteroid, but not directly at it. We've learned some lessons over the past 3 episodes. Okay, but then we have 2 other potential goals we can work on today, and I've only really got time to do one of them. Either we can go ahead and grab more money so that we have more respawn and GPS signal lock-in potential. If we're going to go after the pirates, I think that's kind of a must-do. Or we could do the base expansion, or could just get started on the base expansion. Build the drills, get them drilling, build a little industrial area to support it. I feel like it's going to take quite a while to process the stone, and that we're going to need that for all the other stuff we want to work on. So maybe it's a good idea to do this. Having this beacon does kind of mean we don't need to lock in the GPS signal, because if we can just get close enough to our beacon, we'll be able to pick it up on the radar. The reason that I think this is balanced is that the beacon also acts as gigantic reaver bait, meaning that I actually need to keep this thing turned off most of the time, because if the reavers detect it, they will hone in and destroy everything we've worked on. It's not like a maybe, like it is going to happen. So maybe we just hit a 9 on that, turn that off, and then as I slowly coast back towards the asteroid base, I'm going to fix the control panel here, just so this is a little bit more readable every time we get into it. Okay, there we go. We've got Lucy all set up. It's looking much neater in there. The final piece of the puzzle now is to once again adjust that blueprint. Anytime you make changes to the ship, even if it's little things just like renaming, you want to go ahead and adjust the blueprint. If you don't, you are just asking for trouble, I'm afraid. But we've got tons of ice left in the drills. Ooh. Yeah, these O2 generators are a little underpowered for what we're asking them to do here. Now, that's fine. You know, they're mostly there as backups. We're really going to want to build a connector for Lucy so that we can plug her into the main base and have the O2 gens over there do the bulk of the work. This is really, like those little ones that we've got behind our cockpit here are really just there for moral support more than anything else. How is that hydrogen tank looking, by the way? We're about to hit 20%. That's huge. This thing can store 500,000 liters, which, by the way, is enough to run the engines for a very long time. They have a 750 internal capacity. In fact, let's turn those on. We have so much hydrogen. Let's actually put it to work. Now, are they able to keep up? They can still fill the hydrogen tank. That's incredible. It dropped because it dumped a bunch of hydrogen into the generators, the engines. But look at that. They're producing a kilowatt each, and our little battery is actually going to be fully charged in 1 hour. That's amazing. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Our toolbar is complete. We've got all of our stuff sorted real nice. Let's take a little bit of extra fuel here, burn it, just up that speed, get home, and get done with our cargo delivery. Lots and lots of ice coming in cold. Many people did point out that finding ships lying around the world should not count as piracy. Like, that's definitely salvage. Couldn't agree more. I'm totally with you on that. If we don't blow it up, we should be able to salvage it. I think that's totally fair. For piracy, like I'm gonna allow myself to, anything I actually do blow up, I'm gonna allow myself to totally scrap, right? To take as much as I want as long as I've got a grinding ship. For the salvaging stuff, same goes. If we find it, we can scrap it. The big rule there was really, the big limitation was really just that for large grid blocks, I think it would be way more interesting if I have to kind of, like I said in the previous episode, take only singular blocks unless I can build a grinding ship and go over there and get it. And since I'm only going to be limited to one large grid ship, I think it's going to take a long time before we're at the point where that's easy to do. But we've got a little cargo ship here today. This is pretty huge, even for just little things like this, even just for making ice runs. You know, we've got that capacity now. Whereas 2 episodes ago, we literally didn't even have tools. So I'd say we've made some pretty sick progress. It's me again, haha, from the future for a fourth wall breaking insert. That's right, we have discovered something quite astonishing. It's this right over here. This is an alternative take on Lucy, and you can tell by the fact that it looks fantastic that it's not one of my builds. No, Magic found this while crawling around the workshop on Steam. As is his wont, mushrooms are big fans of dark and scary places. And he discovered this. This was created by a creator named Games Dean. Is incredibly cool, named for Magic himself. And this is a completely compliant Lucy redesign. As you can see, if we hop on the space bike here, it is exactly, and I'm not kidding, 99 blocks. We got one whole block to spare. You can put a projector, you can put an extra battery, you can put your mom's picture, you can do whatever you need to do. And this thing looks fantastic. I mean, just look at that. It's such a well-placed, compact design, and it's just really super cool. Now look, I'm not asking anyone else to go out there and do this to produce these extra designs. I absolutely cannot promise that we'll be able to review any others, but it's just really cool to see us inspiring other people to go off and try something similar. So if you've come up with any cool designs since watching my series or any other content creator, let us know down in the comments below. And thank you so much to Games Dean for putting this thing together. It genuinely, I'm in love. I think this is such an inspired design given the limitations, and that's the beauty of these kinds of rules, right? Kind of constricting people, and well, that's that's a bit of a snake way to describe it. We're kind of limiting the way in which you can go around problems, breeds innovation in ways to solve them. And I think we have evidence of that right here. Anyway, back to the video, and thanks again to Games Dean for making this. We've just got to decide where our connection point for Lucy is going to be here. Obviously the connector's on the front, and that's because this thing's designed to interface with the trade stations, and that's how they're laid out. Where's a good place to put her connector here? I would think we want to dock sort of somewhere here, right? Sort of relatively close to our construction platform, but out of the way and in somewhat safety. Like, we do have meteor storms. Having Lucy protected by the bulk of the asteroid just seems like a really good idea. And these are, of course, all iron-nickel asteroids, which are pretty good at blocking cosmic radiation too, if that was a concern. It isn't modeled in the game, but we're going to pretend it is. I like to roleplay. What can I say? Oh, what a mission. What a process. Totally worth every second of it. Okay, so we're going to have to dig ourselves a little through tunnel here so that we can link Lucy up with the base. I'm going to weld up these blocks first, though. I don't want any more explosions. I'm getting very tired of explosions. I think the easiest way to do this is honestly going to be to turn on Lucy's beacon and dig our way through the side, just directly towards it. Okay, there we go. Look at that. We've got our ship docked and the ice is still here. And that's because I need to set up one of my favorite scripts of all time, which is Izzy's Inventory Manager. We will get to that in a second. That'll automatically sort of drain ships for us and charge batteries and, balance our ore production and refining. But I think we kind of got to have ore production and refining first before that becomes a major concern. I also love the idea of being able to walk over this catwalk and just onto our ship. Just kind of like this, you know what I mean? Like just straight over to the bike cockpit. It's a bit jank with the magnetic boots, the way they work, but I like the idea. So we're going to work on that. I'm also just going to put down some nice catwalks. And yes, sue me, I know it's a waste of resources. Okay, I don't have to build them. All right, you don't have to build anything. You can just fly down to the Earth-like planet and open your helmet. Boom, you won the game. All right, this is a sandbox. Okay, let me play with my sand. Okay, gorgeous. Look at that. We've got ourselves a little docking platform. You love to see it. I think that looks pretty good. It's working flawlessly, no notes whatsoever. Maybe we want to... I do love the text panel entranceway. It's part of the foundation of this entire system. But unfortunately, it's just not quite cutting the mustard no mo. So we're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna give ourselves an interior block as the floor here. And then we're gonna go over and we're gonna make the next piece of this puzzle, which is gonna be our drill assembly. I hiccuped as I said that. It's awful timing. Now, if I remember correctly, that station did accept stuff for us to sell, so I think we should probably do that. Also, this is never going anyway. This is part of the museum. Okay, we're gonna build a museum, and this is gonna be one of the centerpieces. Hello, spectator cam. You're killing it, Queen. Keep it up. Let's drop this right over here. Improvised experimentation mod, by the way, because everyone's going to ask me how I'm doing this. It's a great mod. You should check it out if you haven't seen it yet. That can just chill right over there. It's an absolute pain to learn how to use the controls. They are jank and terrifying, but once you get it down, it's a good feeling, let me tell you. What do we build first? Do we build the drills first that produce the resources we refine, or do we build the refineries first that will refine the resources once we have them? It's a tall order, man. It's a tough question. I don't have an easy answer for you. I think today we build the drills. We also need a bigger cargo container if we're going to have drills, though. That's something that's worth paying attention to. We definitely do not have enough storage space to store all the stone the drills are going to produce. So maybe we build that first? What does a big cargo container look like? Cargo. Again, I sure hope it does. Okay, it's got to be the industrial one, for reasons which I hope are very obvious. But where does it fit? Does it fit? Question mark? That's probably step one is does it fit, and then step two, where does it fit? So it probably could fit in there if we remove something. I wonder what it's colliding with that it doesn't like. There's probably a little rock floating around here. It's being a nuisance. If I had to guess. Yep, there it is. If we place that over there, how far would it stick out of the asteroid? Quite a bit. But that does provide us with a kind of a cool mounting point for other bits. We could have like some scaffolding that links these areas up. Oh, that would be kind of dope. We could have this gantry going down and around it. Okay, it's not the perfect position. We're going to have to move stuff around, but I think that will look really cool if we get it right. I am going to leave as much of the rock in there as possible. Just for the simple reason that I think it's going to just protect it a tiny bit from meteorites. I am really worried about meteorites. Okay, so that exposes the cargo connection, no problem. I don't think the industrial container has connections on the side. No, it doesn't. It has connections on two of the sides, so we got to decide which way we want to orient this thing. And I think there's something to be said for a sort of a that ways orientation. It doesn't have to be practical. It just has to look dope. That's the largely unemployed mantra right there. I gotta stop doing this. Now, the easiest way to deal with meteorites is to not actually bury your base inside an asteroid. It's to build a Gatling gun, because it'll shoot them down, no problem. And we do probably want to start looking at defenses soon. I do not have the shields mod installed in this playthrough. The one I like using has sort of fallen by the wayside a little bit. It's not being as actively developed as I would like. There's a bunch of bugs associated with it. I think we're just going to leave it alone, and we're just going to have to face the consequences of my actions. We are going to have to do that. This is a collaborative effort. I'm glad you're on board. Honestly, straight up, we're going to kind of have to just pull a sneaky on you. This is going to spawn a giant chunk of ice. Are you ready? Oh, they fixed it. It all goes in here now. I completely forgot about that change. Keen Software House, you're back on the good list. Okay, so now our O2H2 generator connects down there. I've somehow blown that up. My bad. Let's do it again. Watch me. If I blow this up, we're in serious trouble. I can't build the medical components again. Okay, give me the O2H2 generator. I kind of like that weird teal color we had going for it. Can I find that in my color picker? No. I don't seem to have saved it. Give me this gross green, and then give me this color back. I really do like it. It came with the base. It's not my invention, this color. I cannot claim the Pantone, but I do like the way it looks. Okay, how do I want to face this bad boy? I think I quite like that texture, so it can face this way. Okay, lovely. So that is my O2H2 generator built. Oh, I repainted the whole base, didn't I? I hit Control-P, Shift middle mouse on it. Yeah, you gotta love overlapping controls. Okay, well, we'll fix the color later. I'm thinking, these are all bedded in voxels, so we can cut this off without that breaking. Cut that off. Let's just switch some things around here. I want you to be a T-junction. I want you to be a T-junction. Probably end up switching that back, though. Oh, actually, you know what? I am going to switch this one immediately, because I just realized we can move that basic assembler into this block right here and just kind of stow it out of the way. Who could have possibly seen that coming? So there's a good question for you. Do you guys like the teal on the base, the one I've got now? Or are you a bigger fan of this sort of brown color? Let me know. Is that teal? I don't know. It's a hard color to identify. It's kind of somewhere between mint and aquamarine. Is that teal? Is that just the definition of teal? It might be. Me personally, I wouldn't know. Okay, we do not actually have all the bits we need to produce this thing, but there's not that much missing. It's going to use up the last of our beautiful interior plate. Okay, it's going to make the motors. In the meantime, while that thing's motorboating around, we can go ahead and clean up a little bit of this. So terrified of mining near anything at this point. You know what? I'm just not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the pain. Okay, and there's my big cargo. Lovely. Okay, that is a 421,000 liter cargo container. That's a 15,000 liter cargo container. These two things are not the same. One of these things is not like the other. See, like this one here, that I'm using the voxel hand to remove. You ain't gonna catch me doing that with the drill. That's gonna blow things up. I'm just lazy to do it right now. You see, this is the problem. How do stairs work? Do they go that way? I have a feeling they don't go that way. I have a feeling they go that way. Oh, shut up. See, look at that. Now we've got a nice, cool place we can crash into. It's gonna be so dope. We'll figure out something else we can put there. Oh, that would be a pretty sick spot for, well, for something else. Okay, look at that. There we go. Beautiful. It's exactly how I dreamed. We're gonna sit in the chair for a moment, get some energy back, and just admire what we've produced. So, the Lucy docks right next to the cargo bays. I think that looks super cool. We're gonna have to bulk her out a little bit. We're probably gonna have to change the way this comes down to be a half stair. In fact, let's do that right now. So that we don't ever run the risk of like kind of crashing into that. So to do that, we're gonna want, is it you? Oh, I don't think there's a nice configuration for this. Damn, yeah, we're a bit shy on options, because if I put that there, then it blocks off the other side. It's a bit goofy. It kind of has to terminate like that. That's silly. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to do it this way then. So we'll put the half stairs there. Yeah. And then we come in with the half stair, and that just means we got more space for Lucy to grow, you know? Okay, and just don't walk off the edge. There's no option. OSHA does not exist, so we can't put a railing there. Simply impossible. The developers could not have conceived of such a desire. This is when someone tells me that there's an expanded catwalks mod, and I buy you a beer. Assuming you're of age. And you know what? Just, I don't buy anyone beers, okay? You get an orange juice, just in case. Oh, thank God I was saved by the railing. If I had flown that way, I simply would have drifted off to space and died. Keen Software House. That would have been your fault, Keen Software House. Design a platform with an end. Where's my end, Keen? Look what's happened. Look what's happened. I'm lost. I've got no energy and I've drifted off into space, helpless, devoid of any hope. And it's because of you, Keen Software House. You have done this to me. And also, I'm going to have to see you in the next one. Boys and girls, that is all the time we've got for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with some space engineers. We'll build our industrial zone next time. We'll expand the base. We're going to do a bunch of cool stuff with it. Today, we did some really interesting testing. We built Lucy out a whole bunch. We did a very, very critical ice run. So we've got power and we got resources. And if I can ever find my way back to the base, I will let you know by showing you another episode. Until then, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Oh, Lord, the medio. Oh, Lord, the medio. Oh, no, the medio. Ah, we're fine. It missed us. Okay, one of those days, one of those things is going to hit. And we're going to feel real silly about not having a Gatling gun built. That's all I could say. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like. And here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?